Welcome to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Quick, actionable tips to master personal finance and real estate investing. In just 5 minutes a day, we'll help you build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Hey Prime investors, Martin Maxwell here, and welcome back to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. This is episode 53. Do you ever feel completely overwhelmed by the sheer number of tasks in your real estate investing business? Drowning in leads, paralyzed by deal analysis like we dove into in episode 21, constantly chasing the next shiny object while your biggest goals seem to stay just out of reach? If so, you are definitely not alone. The world of real estate investing is fast-paced and complex. But what if achieving truly extraordinary results wasn't about doing more, but about doing less, with incredible focus? Today, we're doing something a little different, a book review, specifically looking at The One Thing, The Surprisingly Simple Truth Behind Extraordinary Results by Gary Keller with Jay Papasan. Now, this isn't strictly a real estate book, but its principles are so powerful, they can revolutionize how you approach your investments, and frankly, your entire life. This book isn't a lightweight either. It's made over 575 appearances on national bestseller lists, hit number 1 on the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, and USA Today lists, been translated into 40 languages, won 12 book awards, and even voted a top 100 business book of all time on Goodreads. So let's explore why its core message is essential for us as real estate investors. At its heart, The One Thing champions the power of radical focus. Keller argues that we should be like a postage stamp. Stick to one thing until you get there. The core idea is that extraordinary success doesn't come from juggling dozens of tasks, but from identifying and relentlessly pursuing the single most important action that will yield the greatest results and make everything else easier or even unnecessary. To pinpoint this critical action, the book introduces the focusing question: what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This isn't just a philosophical query. It's a practical tool to cut through the daily noise. It forces you to identify the action with the highest leverage, the first domino, so to speak. Keller uses the powerful imagery of the domino effect, referencing how one domino can topple another 50% larger, creating a chain reaction. For us as investors, this means finding that one activity. Maybe it's mastering one specific lead generation strategy, perfecting your underwriting for multifamily deals, or securing a key funding partner that, once accomplished, makes achieving your bigger portfolio goals significantly more attainable. Now, to truly embrace this idea of the one thing, we first have to dismantle some common myths about productivity that often trip us up. Keller highlights 6 common lies that mislead and derail us. Let's quickly touch on 2 or 3 that are particularly relevant for real estate investors. First, the lie that everything matters equally. How often do we fall into this trap as investors, treating every lead, every property analysis, every minor tenant email with the same urgency? This creates a whirlwind of activity, but often very little progress towards our biggest goals, like portfolio growth or achieving that financial freedom number we talked about in episode 2. The truth, as the book points out, is the 80-20 principle. A minority of your efforts will usually lead to a majority of your results. Your job is to identify those vital few activities, that 20%, and focus there. Second, the lie of multitasking. Many of us pride ourselves on juggling calls while analyzing deals or managing rehabs while answering emails. But Keller argues, and research supports, that multitasking is a myth. It fragments our focus, reduces the quality of our work, and actually takes more time due to task switching costs. For complex tasks like deal analysis or high-stakes negotiations, that singular deep focus is paramount to avoid mistakes like the ones we discussed in episode 46 about chasing hot markets or episode 48 on fixer-upper planning. And briefly, a third lie is striving for a perfectly balanced life at all times. Keller suggests that peak achievement often requires going out of balance strategically for periods to focus intensely on your one thing. The key is then to counterbalance by deliberately attending to other important areas of life, like family and health. Understanding these pitfalls is the first step. So, how do we actively apply the one thing framework to our real estate investing? The practical application comes down to a couple of core strategies. First, wield the focusing question daily. Make it your go-to tool. For lead generation, what's the one thing I can do this week to generate 5 high-quality off-market leads such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? Maybe the answer is mastering direct mail to a specific niche. For deal analysis, What's the one thing I must verify about this property to make a confident go-no-go decision, such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? Perhaps it's getting that firm quote for the foundation repair. For your daily productivity, what's the one thing I can accomplish today to move my most critical project forward? Second, connect your future goals to your present actions. The book calls this goal setting to the now. Start with your ultimate someday goal for your investing. Say $10,000 a month in passive income. Then work backward. What's the one thing you need to achieve in 5 years to get there? Then this year, this month, this week, today, until you arrive at the one thing you must do right now. This process ensures your daily actions are laser focused on achieving your biggest objectives, like the exit strategies we covered in episode 50. And third, time block for your one thing. This is crucial. Once you've identified your one thing for the day or week, you must dedicate significant, uninterrupted blocks of time to execute it. Keller recommends at least 4 hours, ideally early in the day. Protect this time fiercely from distractions. This is where deep work and real progress happen. The focused research we always emphasize, as in episode 16. Beyond these tactics, there's a mindset that underpins this approach. Achieving extraordinary results with the one thing also means living with purpose, knowing your why behind investing. It means committing to mastery in your chosen area, constantly moving from just being busy, entrepreneurial, to being strategic and system-driven, purposeful. And it means embracing accountability. Strategies. Use the focusing question relentlessly, set goals from your future back to now, and time block fiercely. Tools. Your calendar is your best friend for time blocking. Write down your goals and create an environment that supports your focus. The one thing doesn't offer a magic pill, but it provides a powerful framework to cut through the noise and overwhelm that plagues so many real estate investors. It's about shifting from being merely busy to being truly productive by identifying and executing on your single most important priority. Is this a must-read for serious real estate investors? Absolutely. It provides the mental operating system needed to navigate the complexities of our field and achieve significant, lasting success. It forces you to ask the tough questions and make the disciplined choices essential for real growth. Now here's your challenge today. Reflect on your own real estate investing journey right now. Ask yourself the focusing question. What's the one thing I can do today in my real estate investing such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Identify it, block time for it, and then execute on it with singular focus. You are the first domino. And as always, if this review sparked some inspiration, please subscribe to the 5 Minute Prime podcast, share it with a fellow investor who might be feeling overwhelmed, and leave us that review. Find more resources at reiprime.com. I'm Martin Maxwell. Find your one thing and go make it happen. Keep learning, stay focused, and build your future.